All right. Well, first 7 hours of the day is in the books. It didn't go as quickly as I was hoping. My partner decided to quit at about the 6.25 mile mark. So about 6 miles in, he said his pack weighed too much and he wasn't prepared and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, the weather kind of got us because we was expecting early spring, winter weather. Early spring, late winter weather, like it usually is in this area because I live here. And for umpteen years, every now and then we get an early spring. And this happened to be one of those years where we got an early spring. So the weather was warmer than usual and it cooled down nicely at night, but by noon we're hitting 80, 85, 90 degrees, but we're shaded or whatever. But when you hit the here at the 10 mile, 9.5, 9.25 mark, shelter, and I'm going to relax here for a little bit and kick off my feet, air them out, and probably head out and at 3 o'clock and try to make it to the next another 5 miles. And so the trail has only got like 3 sections where you got some pretty decent sized boulders, everything from football size to a little bit bigger and maybe 3 times that size. But nothing just where it's just endless boulders that just tears your feet up. I mean, out of the 9 miles, most of it is good hikeable trail all of it's good hikeable trail. I mean, there's only those 3 sections that I can recall where there's giant rocks where you got to maneuver your poles in your feet so you don't twist an ankle or snap a pole or anything. But it'd be easy ultra marathon trail. But it's what it is. Probably have a better day tomorrow. Won't have to stop as many times because, man, I was having to stop every few freaking miles. It felt like every mile I was having to stop waiting on my buddy. But, man, I love the dude, but it was his mind because I trained him for this, and physically he should be able to do it. It was all in his mind. But I love the guy, and I'll see him when I get back home. So it's going to be me for the next 220 miles or 210 miles, which I plan on doing the Colorado in August. So being by myself, no big deal. Spend majority of my retirement by myself. So anyway, got that done. We're going to get something to eat and relax for a little bit and see where I go from here. So peace, guys. Alright. Lunchtime. I forget what shelter I'm at, but from where I camped last night to here took me a little bit longer than I anticipated, but is what it is. Should have ate breakfast, but I didn't. I was in a hurry. So I'm trying to get to the state line and see if I can't push on into the Queen Wilhelmina Lodge. But I'm gonna stop, have lunch, and go from there. So you can see I just use one of these and break down the rest of the stuff into just simple bags, and wrote on there with a Sharpie pen, but it didn't stick. You can still kind of make it out. There's biscuits and gravy. We'll go with that. I use this as an extra insulator to keep it warm so it cooks the food all the way through. As far as camping stove systems, I went with the Amazon's Fire Maple. Does great, and it don't cost an arm and a leg. I think with this and the pot, it was like 30 bucks, maybe less, and might have been like 20 bucks. I can't remember. It was cheaper than some of the other stuff out there, and it's lightweight. And yes, I know if I would have went with a smaller can, it would have fit in my pot, but I had these, so I didn't feel there was a need to buy a new one. The reason I did it this way is because this takes up less room than a bunch of these. And you just rinse this one out if you got plenty of water. If you don't, you just leave it in there and save it for the next meal. And these, you can just, they don't take up a lot of room, and you always clean them out and reuse them if you're that kind of person, which I am. I don't like throwing away plastic bags until I've used them up completely. I'm not as far along as I wanted to be because it took me a couple days to get used to the weight of my bag, which was carrying 2 to 4 liters of water plus a bunch of food. I ended up with a bag, let's see, before the water and food it was weighing right around 38 pounds. So I'm guessing, I haven't weighed it, but I'm guessing with all the food and the water and then some of the other stuff I put in last minute, I'm probably pushing 50 pounds. So it took a little bit longer because the first sections was just insane, rocky, slow going. But I'm making up time now. I'm only a half day behind where I was planning on being, so that's not too bad. This is just an Amazon package, and it helps insulate, keep it warm where it needs to be warm. Keep it out of the wind, and you're good. All right, let's see. What else? That's about it, really. Now most of the trails smooth sailing. The uphills are not that steep. That was one of the things. It was those first 2 sections. You had some steep uphills that was just grinding because you had the rocks to deal with, plus the incline, and then you had the rocks going down the decline. So it was just slow going. But now I got my trail legs under me. My backpack's feeling a lot lighter, and yesterday I put in 16 miles. I'm gonna try to push to get to Queen Wilhelmina. That'll give me a 20-mile day. I know for a lot of you backpackers out there, that ain't much, but this is my first through hike, and so I'm giving myself a pass that I'm doing okay. But thanks everybody, whoever's watching. Get out on the trails. It's a great way to enjoy your life. And until next time. This is the area that they call a glacier, a rock glacier. And back at the first station where you can, little shelter that they have on the trail, it's called Rock Garden. I think this section from Rock Garden to the next shelter should be called Rock Garden Pass, 'cause it is all like this. And some of it is the trail. I made it to the Blue Mountain Shelter here. Let's see, I can't remember what day it is. But this is a little bit different than most of the other shelters on the trail. This is pretty nice. I mean, they're all nice, but this one's a little bit different. Kind of looks like it was designed to keep the wind off of you. And I would have liked to got here last night, but it was getting dark and I did not feel like hiking up a mountain in the dark. There's the Blue Mountain Shelter. I can't remember what mile it's at. I've got roughly probably 70 miles left. I'm going to stop here, and since it's warmer, I'm going to get back in my shorts and t-shirt for a long day. Last night it was pretty cold, and I stopped just off of I can't remember, the highway 278 or something like that. This is 5 miles down from here, and found just a little spot off of the path where it looked like some people had camped before, and so I just hunkered down there because it was almost 7 o'clock by the time I got everything set up and down to cook dinner. It was going on 7:30 and the sun was going down, and so I went ahead and just ate dinner, camped out there, because last night it was supposed to get down into the mid to high 40s, and I think by 6 o'clock it was supposed to be like 43 degrees or something like that. I stayed fairly comfortable with what I had, but I had to sleep in these pants, this shirt, and then my other long sleeve sun hoodie over this shirt. And then I had my trusty beanie as well on, and I kept my head nice and warm. Everything was good. I slept pretty decent. I heard some, I'm assuming it was coyotes. It sounded like coyotes, unless they got wolves out here. I ain't never heard there's any wolves out here. But other than that, I heard some owls and some wolves last night, and then got up about 6:30, packed everything up pretty quick, and, or well, somewhat quick, but not really. Because I didn't stake out my rain fly real good. It got a lot of condensation, so I had to kind of wipe it off and shake it out before I rolled it up and packed it. And so I'm going to take a little break here because I got 15 more miles after this to go today, and because I'm trying to stay ahead of a rainstorm. There's a thunderstorm coming, and I have 3 days to get the next 70 miles done, or next, let's see, I think I got about 75 miles to go, and then got to go from there. So if you're watching, thanks for watching, and I got some more coming up, hopefully in 15 miles at the next shelter where I'll camp out, and maybe get some more footage of the trail in between here and there. But as far as the trail from Wilhelmina come this way, it's been a lot better than the trail from Talamina to Queen Wilhelmina Lodge and stuff. I stayed at Queen Wilhelmina Lodge for a couple nights just because it got cold and rained and I didn't want to get cold and wet. So a friend of mine was out there helping me. I got to the lodge, stayed the night, got up hiked out of the lodge, did 17 miles. He came and picked me up. We went back to the lodge, stayed the night that day, and then that night, and it took a 0 day that next day just to, because I beat my feet up pretty good on that 17 miles. The last 2 miles is down some rough terrain, and those last 2 miles tore my feet up. And so I just figured I'd take a 0 day, take a break, and forego the cold, wet night and the rainstorm the next day, or the day that I took my 0 day. And so I did that. And then I skipped a 50-mile section from where I was picked up the day before. From there all the way to the Bluebell Cafe. So we got up yesterday morning, drove out to the Bluebell Cafe, and had breakfast there. Lovely lady runs that place. She's sweet, and they make really good food. And it's, man, my breakfast was like $5, and that was 3 eggs and some bacon and a cup of coffee. And this day and age is hard to beat. And so, great place to stop in and just visit. She's a sweet lady. Good prices on meals and good cooking. Home cooking. I ain't had breakfast like that in a long time. Tastes like what my mom and my grandma used to make. And so, did that, and then finally got out of there. It was like 9:30, 10 o'clock by the time I hit the trail. But I knocked out 17, almost 18 miles yesterday. So today I'm going to camel up with some water. There's a water source not far from here, and get after it. Get 20 miles done. And till next time, happy trails.
Hey everybody. I didn't shoot much footage over the last few, I don't know, I got a little bit of this last day, but here at the Moonshine Shelter, I'm having to call it done because with stuff that was going on at the house with my puppies and everything, and trying to beat the thunderstorm that'll be here in 3 days, I ended up getting in too big of a hurry, and I caught my toe on the top of a rock. And you know how it is when you catch something and you're already going forward, you have that weird step and stuff, and it was in some a rough spot here on the trail. So I did something, kind of tweaked my knee, and it's causing my hip to hurt. And so I don't know, I thought about pushing on, but then last night when I was laying down, man, it just wouldn't. My hip and my knee was just would not hurt. It was just kicking my butt. So I called a buddy of mine, and he's going to pick me up down here at Highway 7. So my through hike's done, but I'm going to come back out here probably next year, March of next year, probably a little bit earlier. That way I got to deal with a little less ticks. I didn't get any tick bites, but I seen plenty of them all over my crap at certain places. I'll come out. I got 110 miles of it done. So I'll come back out and start at Pinnacle Mountain and just come this way to Highway 7 and have my buddy pick me up, and then go down to Wilhelmina Lodge, stay the night, and then go over and do that 50-mile stretch between the Bluebell Cafe and going back towards Wilhelmina Lodge. So that's what I look forward to next year. I'll get that done. But I'm planning on going up, probably just going to section hike some of the Colorado Trail. I'd like to do it all at once, but other obligations sometimes only allows for a week and a half, 2 weeks at a time. So, but anyway, thanks for watching.